42 years ago, 1975, I just got converted in the Jesus movement. I'm driving the 71. I'm hit by an 18-wheeler between Cleveland and Columbus. I will never forget, 65 miles an hour hit by an 18-wheeler. I came out of it with a scratch. I'm convinced that the devil tried to kill me in Ohio because he knew that someday I'd come back to Ohio. It was in Ohio where I first got my hunger for revival. I got swept up in a Jesus movement. Kids were being baptized in the lake. I remember preaching in movie theaters. I was so filled with the first love. And I made a covenant with two friends, and I said, no matter what it costs, we are going to seek Acts chapter 2. It was some years ago that Bob Jones had a prophetic vision, and he saw the revival man in America, and he was tied down by little people with little visions and little dreams. He said the revival man's head must arise in Cleveland. If Ohio wanted a president more than for the king to come and his head rise, then we've looked only for a king, and we'll get our Saul, but we will not get our Jesus movement. He'll come where he's wanted. Cleveland, this is your hour. I feel we're in the days of the Jesus movement. I'm back to Ohio, and I almost feel it's like Jacob coming back to Bethel, where I made a vow and anointed a pillar. And I'm thinking, God, could Cleveland be the beginnings of the open heaven for a third great awakening in America? You say, well, Lou, how do we've heard these called before. I don't fully know what God has planned. I just know this, that if you have a jaded attitude to the prophetic, someone else will seize their moment. America is receiving her apostles, prophets, and evangelists, but it has not yet seen her Nazarites. There's a new breed coming, and they're coming to the call. Not to the sound of a worship team, not to the sound of a speaker, but to a Nazarite call. And I'm wondering, are there still Nazarites that can turn a nation back to God? I'm calling the young people from every town, every city of Ohio, Canton, Dayton, Akron, God, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati. Somebody's got to get a hold of God. It's time for the Gulliver's head to arise. It's time to believe that we're headed into a third great awakening. And if we have a small view of God, then we'll never act in the hour of our divine moment. It's time for the men and the women, young and old, to come to the queue. We're not looking for King James. We're looking for King Jesus, and his head's got to awaken in Cleveland.